What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm telling you guys, it's a lot nicer today than it has been in a little while. It's like 50, 55 degrees out, but it's still kind of windy, as you can probably see. The sky is just that beautiful clear blue color. It's real nice. But anyhow, I wanted to come out here and talk about not necessarily a pet peeve, but like a topic that I feel really doesn't get enough attention. And I'm saying it don't get enough attention because it's like a topic that kind of puts fire in a lot of people. Like, it ticks a lot of people off. Or it can tick a lot of people off. And that topic at hand is called, well, is something that I'd like to call why it's not good to have a big ego. I'm going to give you a couple examples, but first I'm going to talk about it. So, to me, ego means you think you're great, no one can surpass you, no one can outthink you, whatever the case may be. And basically just no one's ahead of you, which, number one, is very arrogant. Number two is very foolish. And number three, it just makes you look like a punk. Or a know-it-all. Like, let me give you a, not a real world example, just like an example here. So, I don't know how many of you watch Spider-Man or Marvel or anything, but J. Jonah Jameson, right? The news reporter, the main reporter guy from the Daily Bugle, right? I mean, some of the hate that he has for Spider-Man is just straight up, I don't know what to say. It's almost diabolical, the amount of hate that he has for him. Well, maybe not hate, because, you know, hate's a strong word. I really try not to use it that much. But anyhow, you know, I think that he basically sees the world in one direction, black and white. Like, he has an attitude of, like, if it's not done my way, or if it's not my way, it's the highway, or take a walk, or whatever, take a hike. And that type of attitude is not good to have, because that shows that you are very ego-centered, I meant. You have a big ego center. You're not willing to admit that you're wrong, or you don't want to take a step back and think. Like, the way he basically thinks is, Spider-Man, threat or menace. Spider-Man destroys bridge. Spider-Man, with his hand in a cookie jar. Sorry, I had to throw that in there because I think it's funny, but he basically thinks that Spider-Man is always the one who does bad stuff, never owns up to his own crimes, and that Spider-Man probably pays criminals to attack him to make himself look good. I mean, there's a word for people like that, but I just can't think of it right now. But people like that, they'll point the finger at someone else because they can't accept and they don't want to accept that they're wrong. Okay? And that is just so infuriating to me. But you know, it's just a movie, but I'm sure there's real life examples of this. As a matter of fact, let me share one with you here. My cousin, his name is well, second or third cousin. I think it's my uncle. I'm not real sure, but his name is Mike Ramirez. Okay, he lives in he lives in a town that's probably about, well, not a town, but he lives probably 30-40 minutes that way in the country here. He has, it's funny because the way I describe him I think is pretty funny, but he has the personality of a ticked off hornet and an ego the size of Texas. Okay? And I think that's really true. I mean, granted, he has his own business. He was in the military, which is all fine and dandy, but, you know, don't be such a blowhard to me or Johnny or Jimmy over here about how great of a person you are. You know, don't get caught up in your own self-ego. You know, if you have a business, great. If you can afford to do all types of crazy stuff, great. If you were in the military, first off, thank you for your service, but don't go everywhere gloating about it and how great you were. This is just my opinion, and I think this is how factual it is. If you go about bragging about stuff or gloating or go around with a big head, you know, big ego, that's what big head means. But if you go around like that, then you don't deserve any of someone's time. You don't deserve people to be around you. You don't deserve friends. Let's see. But I think you guys get what I'm saying. You don't deserve the light of day if you're going to walk around and have a big ego. Now, granted, I will say this. I'm sure if I had a big business and if I served in the military and blah, 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 I'd probably have a big ego too. I think oh my goodness, that's a deer. Man, I wish I would have caught that just now, but I doubt you guys would have been able to see anything here. There's a big column of trees. But anyhow, guys, I guess when you break it down, you know, don't have a big ego if you don't want to have nice stuff happen to you in your life or whatever. You know, you know, sometimes those people just need to be knocked down a couple kegs, and that's the truth. But anyhow, guys, I hope you have a great day. It's pretty nice out here. I said this at the beginning of the video. It's like 50 degrees, 55 degrees, something like that. Today's November 2nd. Yesterday was Day of the Dead, which once again, I hope all you guys and girls, I hope everyone who celebrates Day of the Dead had a happy and safe one. If you enjoy this type of thing, make sure you hit subscribe, like, ring the bell for the notifications. Take care, everyone.